Very good evening and welcome to a new session after a very long vacation, about 2-3 weeks from the Eid to the other Eid and to the other Eid. So we missed you a lot. We have done, you have done actually the quiz already. I wish you luck and I congratulate the one who took very high marks, 90 and 100, mashallah. Thank you for your interest and for your let's say enthusiastic follow-up with our sessions, although there are only 4 till now and it's the 5th session, and inshallah we will carry on until we reach the 10th or 11th session. We are going through a very interesting material piece of a subject, which is integrated management, using BIM and using this technology to manage and to implement the managerial practices in general platform, which is open project, which has 2 main versions. One general version that now we are going through and we are exploring the facilities and exploring the customizations that can be done and can be implemented through this version. And lastly, we'll see the version of BIM that will use the our project model that we have been doing in Revit or any other modeling software. We can use this model to trace the activities, trace the tasks, trace the assignees, trace all our resources, and most important thing, trace the time of our project and reach our planned objectives, planned milestones that we need to achieve in the project. So actually, our objective in this course is to learn how to implement the skills that we have learned in other courses like BM and BMP and other projects and other materials or other subjects that is interested and that was talking about project management in general. And we are trying to see this, let's say, collaborative open project platform. This platform which provide a cooperation environment that will allow all the participants, all the teams, all the stakeholders of the projects to monitor, to follow up with the tasks, with the time frame, with even the material and cost of the projects, follow up on a daily basis, on a simultaneously basis, that they will be aware and they will be reported for all tasks and all milestones and all work breakdown packages that is going through the project on daily basis. So we started by exploring the project portfolio, and we have seen all the sub-categories that is related to project portfolio and the dashboard that can be used to monitor and to be to report the activities of the project through this project portfolio. And we proceeded to project planning zone, which allow us to deal and create and follow up with the tasks, uh, with the labor, with the materials, with the resources, with the cost, everything we can plan and uh, go through in this zone, following up with the task management, which is assigning the task to the right people and right labor, and then follow up with the action plan to achieve the goals and objectives planned for the project. So actually, today we are going through a new phase, uh, a new tool of managing the project, which is the Agile, Kanban, and Scrum uh, project management methods. Let's say that. So these three tools and three methodologies are quite different from the traditional way of managing the project. The traditional way is to develop a time frame, develop a relationship between the tasks, and you just calculate the critical path and you see where it leads you through the implementation paper day. Whereas these three kind of tools or methodologies of running and managing the projects are actually a little bit different. So we will see how the agile style of managing projects are different from the traditional way, which is time plan or time framework methodology or method of managing the project. Agile is actually uh, dividing the project into smaller packages, into smaller tasks, which can be handled by a single team or a single person, a single labor. So each of these uh, packages can be delivered, can be handled, can be achieved separately through a process of work, a process of status, a process of, let's say, plan. So you have to uh, break down your project into very small piece of work, and this piece of work can be done by a single person or a single team, and then this work package and this work piece of work is going to transform from the start of the work, the processing of the work, validating the work, and finally accepting and finalizing and delivering the piece of work. So we divide our project not according to the time and but according to a work piece or of a piece of work, not related to each other. This one, this methodology or this method of project management can go um, best with the projects that are just like you can say IT projects, maybe let's say uh, programming projects that it will has uh, we can say the repetition and it has a certain criteria that there is no dependencies, there is no relationship between the tasks. The task can be duplicated and can be managed and can be handled and can be achieved and can be worked on stimulously in the same time. So in the same time, you can work in different uh, piece of work. When you combine them all together, you will finalize your project. So in this type of projects, when you have a lot of not related tasks, come on, not related tasks, so you can start with each of them directly whenever you have the uh, the um, the the needed resources. So let's first go through this video. Let's see this video first, and then we can discuss more about these, let's say, methodologies.
Boards in open projects support Agile project management such as Scrum and Kanban to collaborate, communicate, and coordinate on all your projects and get things done. Boards help to visualize work, limit work in progress, and maximize efficiency. You can create as many flexible boards as you want. Boards consist of lists with cards on it. Cards display the work packages in a project. The lists usually represent a workflow, like the status or the version of a work package, or any other criteria, such as the assignee. You can differentiate between two kinds of boards. Basic boards, which do not update any work package attributes when moving cards between lists. They can freely be created to visualize and structure work in a project. Action boards update work package attributes when moving cards between lists. They can be created for status, for example, to create a Kanban board, for versions for Agile product development, or for assignees to manage team members or groups. To create a new board in a project, navigate to the Boards module and click the green Add Board button. You can choose between a basic board or an action board as described before. Select the type of board you want to create and press the gray button. Give the board a name. Press the Add List link to add additional lists to the board. For action boards, lists are filled automatically with cards based on the selected criteria, for example, the status. For basic boards, you can manually add cards to a list. You can change the order of the lists with drag and drop. Also, you can remove a list by pressing the dots and select Delete List. To manage your work in an Agile board, open the Boards module in the Project menu. Choose a board from the list and open it by clicking on the board's title. Prioritize cards within a list with drag and drop. You can create new cards by clicking the plus icon underneath the list's title. For action boards, new cards will get the respective attribute from the list, for example, the status. On a basic board, you can also add an existing work package from the project as a card to the list. Type in the ID or title to filter for existing work packages. You can edit a few attributes on the card, for example, the status in a basic board. To edit all details of a card, double-click on it. Changes are also tracked in the activity. The arrow brings you back to the board's view. By moving cards in an action board to a different list, the corresponding attribute, for example, the status, will be updated automatically. You can configure the view for a board by pressing the kebab menu on top and select Configure View, for example, to highlight cards by different criteria. You also have the same filter criteria as for work packages, to show, for example, only cards with a certain attribute. To work undisturbed with your team, activate the Zen mode for your board. You realize that cards on a board are work packages. This way you can easily combine Agile project management with classical project management to display the work packages that have a time reference also in a timeline.
So as you can see now, we have basically two types of boards, the basic board and the automatic, or what they name it here. Okay, the basic board and the action board. So what is the difference between them? This basic board, you can create the basic information about the status, for example, of the tasks. So if you have certain tasks that you are introducing newly to the teams to be handled, then you can transfer it to the progress, then to accepted or rejected phase. So you have different phases of the tasks. So you create this basic board, and then you can use this information to make a larger action board that will show you the relationship between these tasks and other information, just like locations, just like customers, just like other projects. So it will give you a freedom to um, link the information together and to create an updated, just updated reports about the tasks of the projects that you have. So it's a way to lead, a way to manage the tasks that you already created. Also, you can use the tasks you already created in the traditional way, in the traditional we have seen the traditional management methods, just like uh, Gantt chart and uh, the Gantt chart and the relationship between the tasks, just like here. So these boards actually will give you the flexibility to categorize the tasks according to the current status. So this Kanban board is just like a description and categorization of the task that you already have. So the one you already plan to do, but you haven't started yet, you put under new. So once you want to start working on a certain task, you directly assign somebody to it and move it from new to progress. So once this one happens, this will show that this action or this task is starting to progress, starting to working on. Okay, so it will start calculating the time that you are working on this task. So once you finish from it, you can assign it to different people to evaluate and either close it or reject it and give it back to somebody else to work on it. So it's going to be just like a loop. You are just putting the right task under the right categorization. So also this board, after you finish this board and while you are working on this board, you can use the same tasks on a different board with different criteria according to the Scrum that you are working on, according to the scenario that you want to show, according to the report you want to produce. So in this board, they are showing the tasks according to the branch. They have a branch in America and Africa, Middle East, in Asia Pacific, and in Europe. So they aligned and they ordered and they categorized the tasks under each of the branches, and they added the configurations that you already put in the previous Kanban board that shows a status. They added it as labeling here on the same board. So the new action board, it will show you the same information, but on different scenario. Okay, so you are reorganizing the tasks according to different scenarios, different categories that you want to illustrate in your project, uh, in your uh, let's say report, for example. So, or even and if you uh, change anything here, it will automatically update it in the new action plan. So the action board is going to be linked to the basic board. So everything is going, when you change anything in either boards, it's going to be reflected to the other board. So the linkage is stimulously. At the same time, whenever you add a new task and you put uh, the status directly is going to be created and added to the basic board, the one you already done is going to be reflected here. Once you change the order in progress, it's going to be changed also here in the progress. And in addition to the quality, that you can also uh, choose a filter. So you want to see the task that is related to a certain member, a certain team. So you can here filter this and you only see the tasks related to one person or one team. So you can see the new filtered criteria, filtered board. So all these qualities is going to be linked also to the basic traditional uh, frame that you already created, and every changes that you apply in the previous boards is going to be reflected here directly. So all tasks are linked together, are the same actually, but it is a way of looking to the things, to the tasks, a way of ordering, a way of managing the task differently. So this is the traditional way, and this is the Kanban way, which is the agile way, and finally the uh, action plan is the action board is the one Scrum way of doing things. So working with the blocks is just another criteria of managing. So the first one is the traditional, second one is the Kanban or the agile way. And this way also is to write the scenario that your work is uh, done according to it. And just like the scrum of your work, you are drawing your pathway, you are drawing your plan, you are saying that our work should be done on these procedures, SOP, standard operation procedures. We should do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you start creating new block log, so you are this block logs is a certain task that can be duplicated in different projects or in different phases. The same task is going to be repeated or similarly created with different scenario. So this one, maybe you have somebody who is just like if you are doing finishing in one house. So you have the first floor, you need electrician to go in and to install the electrical parts, and you need mechanical, and you need the plumber to go in. And so this plumber first he has to go to the first floor, do the same things, then you go to the second floor and start to do the same also procedure that he has done in the first floor. He has to repeat it in the second floor and go forth until he finish all the floors. So this is just like a scenario is going to be repeated. So uh, it's just like a different way of seeing things. So I plan the story. I plan uh, what the spammer should do from day 1 to day 10 until he finalize all his work. So he start go in, he has to check first that all the previous task already have been done. So he start his actions and start his task until he finish. Then he finalize his work and he deliver to the following person, to the following action plan. Then he just move to new location and start his work over and over according to scenario that he has been uh, designed, or the story with his work. So this Scrum managing methodology is also can be uh, used and can be implemented on open project platform. So it's called sprint. So the sprint is the story that is going to be repeated, just like your user story, new landing page. So if you are doing landing page, he has 3 landing page to do on this project. So the same procedure is going to be repeated one after another. So he has a 3 small projects, a unit of work, which is here called a backlog, a backlog. So this one is going to be created, and then after he finished, it's going to be evaluated, accepted or rejected. So this is the action details about uh, the each of the sprint, which is a story. This is the detailed actions inside each of it. So each sprint, it will have different type of story, and also finally you can do just like a wiki that describes all the actions that should have done until you finalize your work. So this is all about what we can do in Agile, Kanban, and Scrum management. In brief, this will come to the end of our session today. Thank you very much, and see you in a while in the second session in Arabic. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.